great to be with you today. And I'm talking today about one of my favorite subjects, disrupting the incumbent. But I also want to talk a little bit about why I'm so passionate about having this conversation with everybody today. The first thing is it's kind of a reality, and it's heartbreaking sometimes to break this to you, but I bet most of you have learned this already. A majority of contracts already go to the incumbent. Why is that? Our customers on the inside, they're risk averse. Why are they risk averse? Because they get employee evaluations on how they're doing in their job, and their record is a permanent record. So if they're 20 years in their job, things that happened 15 years ago will be remembered, and it will stay in their record. Like you and I, we're entrepreneurs, or we're salespeople, or we're proposal writers, and we're only good as last week's deal. We're a rock star this month, and then we stink the next month if we don't hit our numbers, right? But in the federal government, our customers on the inside, they took this job because they're hoping to end up at a level when they retire that they can retire comfortably. And the only way they can do that is go up the ladder and get promoted and have opportunities. And if they're up against each other for promotions, the first thing they're going to do is look at their records. And so they're really risk averse about bringing in new vendors because we have a direct effect on their permanent record. So they tend to lean toward the people that they're working with. It's almost like it's better to deal with the devil that you know than the angel that you don't know. So it's something that we, those of us going into this market or approaching new agencies, we're running into this all the time. And here are some other reasons why sometimes it's tough to unseat an incumbent contractor. First of all, they have past performance that they can lean on. Maybe they've been doing it a couple more years than we have been doing it. Maybe they've been at the agency and the bid comes out and it says, you must have past performance with our agency. Well, sure, we have past performance with other agencies, or maybe we have past performance with a commercial customer. Why isn't that good enough, right? So sometimes they use best values to try to lean it towards vendors that have the experience. Sometimes best values will say things like, we're going to probably work with a vendor that's worked with our agency because we don't have to train them, which saves the government more money. Train them on what? Their processes, their procedure, their billing cycles, those kind of things. Another thing why the incumbents are more easily accessible is there might be a contract vehicle that they might already be using that's very easy for them to quickly close a deal and never even publish the opportunity on the public bid site. So you might not even see the opportunities. Another type of way to choose an incumbent is if they're a small business or a certain type of small business. We'll talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. And also, because they're already working with the customer in between bids, they're able to talk to customer because they're on site, they're hanging out, they're talking to them, they're eating with them. Not that they're buying them dinners and taking them out, but they might be at lunch together, buying their own lunches, but they have the ear of the customer. So the reason why we decided to create this training for you was this is what we're up against when we're trying to go up against the incumbent. And when you think of the word disrupt, that's why we called it Disrupt the Incumbent, this class, I want you to write down the word disrupt right now in your notes and put a question mark next to it. Right now, I'd also like you to write down what you think disrupting the incumbent means to you.